Welcome to Auction version 4, the event management software tool from Auction Systems. This is the second part of a two-part series for using Auction Cloud with a Windows PC. If you have not already done so, please watch the first video in this series called Setting Up Your Cloud User Account on a Windows PC. In this second part, I will show you how to log into your cloud account using the RDP file you saved as shown in the first video in this series, and I will show you how to set up a local default location for saving auto backups, exports, and PDFs of reports and documents generated in the cloud application. Before opening a cloud project, all users must set a local default location where auto backups will get saved. This is also a great location for saving PDFs of documents or spreadsheets created in cloud by exporting. Trust me, if you have to use the Browse button to save documents or spreadsheets to your local computer, it could take a long time. So don't skip this step. Set a default location. Have the default location ready in advance. To do this, go to your File Explorer on the computer. In File Explorer, go to Computer or this PC and click on Local Disk C. When the files in Local Disk C are open, go to Users. When the Users opens, go to Public. When Public opens, go to Public Documents. If you've installed the Auction software in your computer, you will see an Auctions folder. If you've not installed the Auction software, you will need to create an Auctions folder in this location. Now create a new folder in the Auctions folder and call it Cloud. Once you have this cloud file created, close the File Explorer and you're ready to tell Cloud where the cloud folder is. To open the cloud application and your cloud project, you will use the RDP file. If you did not save the RDP file to your desktop as discussed in the previous video, or for some reason it's no longer there, you may download a new RDP file by logging into cloud.auctionsystems.net, then re-entering your username and password and clicking on the V4 icon, and the RDP file will download. Click on that newly downloaded RDP file, or if you have the icon on your desktop, click on it to begin. You will most likely see a warning something like this. Notice the path is Auction Main and the name of the app is Auction V4 Cloud. Press the Connect button to continue. You must enter your cloud username and the new password you created as shown in the previous video. You should see a screen like this, which may be up for seconds or even minutes depending on your internet speed and the speed of your computer. It says Starting, and when the cloud application is open, this screen will go away. If you have ever used the regular Auction software, you will recognize this screen. It looks just the same, and as always, you must agree to the terms of use as specified in the license you purchased. Whenever you log into Cloud for the first time on any computer, you will need to set the local default location for saving on that computer. Once you've done this, you don't have to do it again. If you followed the directions at the beginning of this tutorial, you will have created a cloud folder on your PC, and if you happen to go to a different PC, you will have to create that same cloud folder on that computer too. Then you must tell Cloud where that folder is. To do this, click the gavel in the upper left of the screen, and from the pop-up menu, click this little button at the bottom called Default Program Settings. Then click on the Default Local Location panel to open it up. This is the Open panel. The default location will appear here, and it may be blank or it may have something in it that may not be correct. Let's make sure it's correct by clicking Browse. When you browse, you may see one or more file locations under TS Client. TS Client C is the local disk of your PC. No matter what Windows PC you are on, the C drive of that computer will always be TS Client C. So click on TS Client C to expand. Be patient. It could take some time for Cloud to populate all the files. When it does expand, scroll down until you see Users and click on Users to expand that folder. When you see Public, click on Public to expand that folder. Then click on Public Documents, and when that expands, click on Auctions, and finally, when that expands, select Cloud. Once Cloud is selected, then press Save and Close. You will be back on this screen and the default location will appear here. Click Save and Close and you're ready to begin. While you will never have to set this default location on this same computer again, if you change computers, you will have to set the default location on that computer too. So it's always a good idea to use the same default location on every PC. Macs will have a different way to set the default location, so if you do have a Mac, please see the setup and login videos for that operating system. The first time you log in, you may not see any projects in the list of most recent projects. If someone else has posted a project, you can find it by clicking the Browse for Projects button. If you're the one who needs to post the project online, you can do it by restoring a backup. Make sure you have access to the backup either on a flash drive or saved on your computer, and then press Restore Backup. There are videos in the Getting Started series for how to open a project and how to restore a project from backup. If you're not sure how to do that, please watch those videos. Once you have opened a project in Cloud, it will appear here in the Recent Projects list. And one more thing. While it's not necessary to have the desktop edition of Auction installed locally on your computer to use Auction Cloud, if you do have a local installation, how can you tell when you're using Cloud or you're in a local copy of your project? Generally, when you're in the Cloud, there will be a blue border around the Auction screen that most often is not present when you're in the desktop edition, but also notice the icons down below. The Cloud icon has these arrows with a circle around them. This icon is for the Cloud. If you're working locally, the local software does not have the same arrows. We suggest that if you're using Cloud for data entry, since Cloud has all the same capabilities of the desktop edition, you should always work in the Cloud until if and when you need to take computers to your event to run the event. At that point, you'll make a backup of the Cloud project and save the backup to a flash drive or to your local computer, and then use the desktop edition for entering winning bids at the event. Then you don't need to rely on a stable internet connection for your event. Thank you for joining us.